A question I commonly get asked on my other Monster Hunter videos is, can you play the game solo or offline if you choose to, or if none of the friends you have play it and you're just not really sure? And the short answer is absolutely, of course you can. You do not need to play with other hunters, other players, to enjoy Monster Hunter. Absolutely not. I very often go out on hunts on my own and just enjoy it. It's one-on-one with a monster. It's a true test of your skills if you're going up against a higher ranked quest and a more pain in the ass monster. But some things you should know or be aware of if you're going to solo the game, or this one or any Monster Hunter, is that in Monster Hunter World especially, they made it a little bit more accessible and a little bit more easy, but you still do need to upgrade your armor and weapons as you're going along. As the missions increase in difficulty and the monsters get bigger and scarier and a lot more crazy, you're gonna want to continuously keep crafting the best weapons and the best armor and upgrading the armor with armor cores, which can be earned through bounties which you can collect from Astera, and just there are side quests that you can collect from the other NPCs in the hub world, so you can continuously keep getting armor cores so you can upgrade the armor. And of course it also takes money, but if you're undertaking quests anyway, then you'll get plenty of money. But that's basically it. As long as you keep on top of your weapon and armor, you will get less hammered. But again, it's all practice. I mean, I've been playing Monster Hunter for years, so I pretty much am savvy with most of the monsters. They have telltale signs when they're going to do specific attacks, so you just want to get your ass out of dodge and make sure you avoid those. But for the most part, there are particular weapons and armor which are advised to use. Like, for example, I like using the switch axe, and the one I have equipped, I've made a separate video on it, the defender axe, and I advise you make this, because not only does it, obviously it's an axe that you can swing around, it can also then, by pressing the right trigger button, you can turn it into a very powerful sword. So this is very useful, and you can absolutely batter the crap out of monsters, as you can see. But yeah, you can play solo, you can play with one other person. I mean, you don't have to have your Palico with you, but unless you ask it to stay at the camp, your Palico will accompany you. So as long as you're also equipping your Palico with upgraded weapon and armor, he or she can help you out an absolute ton by distracting the monster. You can even upgrade to have them, when you get knocked out, instead of losing a life, because you usually only get 2 when you go hunting, but the Palico can revive you straight away, which is pretty cool, and it can heal you, like I said, and it also give you buffs if you equip him with certain weapons. And yeah, this is the Monster Hunter franchise, and especially Monster Hunter World is just absolutely amazing. It's so much fun. As soon as I get on it to make videos, or just to play in my own recreational time, I end up just playing it for hours, because I can't seem to drag myself away. And like I said, I play a lot of hunts solo. I also jump in, and if I'm doing certain quests that I know could be a bit tricky, but I'll try it on my own anyway, I'll fire an SOS flare up. So if anybody then does want to join on and help me out, that's great. Of course, the plus side about playing solo is the game will scale to how many hunters are present. So the more so if you have a full party of 4 hunters, then the difficulty is scaled up. So the quest becomes more difficult anyway. So playing solo is also maybe the easy mode. If that makes sense. The game doesn't really have an easy mode, but it'll be the less difficult, shall we say. But yeah, if you're playing solo, it's a well, it's not a little game. Monster Hunter World especially has a ton of content for you to get through. Absolutely tons of quests, side quests, bounties, hunts, just crafting all the different weapons and armor, all the optional objectives. There's so much to do. All the different decorations you can get for your weapons. You can get little. Eventually, you'll get little accessories you can hang off of swords and etc. It's so damn good. I cannot praise it enough. If you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I just every opportunity I get to make a Monster Hunter video, I absolutely gush about the games. Of course, like I said, and I will say all the time, just because I love the Monster Hunter franchise does not mean it is for you. It does have a certain there's a certain appeal. The combat is deliberate, so with certain larger weapons, the combat is slow, and once you've committed to a move, you have to see that move through. You can't cancel it. Of course, after performing some moves, you can immediately then roll, and that's a faster way to recover from an attack, but you have to see the attack through. And yeah, the game Monster Hunter is Monster Hunter. That's it. That's what you do. You hunt monsters. Yes, you can also fish, and you can catch insects, and you can forage, and you can mine little geodes that appear on the side of